Hello guys and welcome to episode number 2 of the F1 My Team career mode here on F1 2020. We are back. We're going to fast forward through the calendar and then go on to the Australian Grand Prix. So let's start by fast forwarding the calendar. We have now got the car reveal after doing some aero, doing some durability stuff. So we're going to go to the car reveal now. Let's have a look at what the car looks like. The car looks awesome, I think. Yeah, that matte black with the matte red finish. I think it looks really nice. So we're going to advance the time, pay our running costs, and yeah, get some extra money. So now we've got 1.6 million. So we're going to go to the head to the race weekend. So I'll see you at the race, guys. Okay, guys, so as you can see here, we're going to be doing some upgrades to the car. We've got at 1,740 to spend, so I am going to do... Well, I can't do any of these until I've upgraded, so aerodynamics. I'm going to upgrade our... Develop the standard upgrade for the front wing. This will be the front end downforce. I'm also going to upgrade part of the powertrain, and then I'm going to upgrade, do some weight distribution. Oh, I've already purchased. Oh, I've already got all of them. Okay, so then we're just going to upgrade our gearbox durability, so it'll be able to last a few more races. Okay, so that's what we're going to do there.
Good day today. Let's have your take on it. You really went all out in practice today. Are you testing new components?
We invested heavily in the aero package.
Were you struggling for grip?
Not sure what happened, to be honest.
Appreciate your time.
As you can see, as we're going on to our final qualifying lap here. Going up through the gears on the main straight is a wet qualifying.
20 minutes of light rain.
As you heard, 20 minutes of light rain. We go down the gears, trying to get as much traction off the first corner as we can. Braking very heavily down into turn 3. Going a bit wide, and I worked out why that was. My wheel wasn't calibrated correctly. See, we've lost a lot of time through that corner there, but we're making the time back down the straight, braking into the corner, going down into third gear, giving it a lot of gas off the corner. Getting down to second gear as quick as we can to be able to take the corner and get on the throttle as early as possible. As you can see there, I've made up a load of time on my first quali lap, which was absolutely terrible. 2.5 seconds up on my first quali lap time. As you can see, I lost the back end a little bit there coming off that corner. We brake down and through the corner. Coming in round the second to last corner, putting the throttle on early as possible, going through the final chicane now. Try not to put too much throttle in as we come around the final corner, because we don't want to lose the back end. As we come off onto the pit straight, we've given it everything we have left. As you can see, we've run out of ERS, but we're trying our best to push it to the line. And that is only good enough for P20 behind our teammate Antoine Hubert. So as we go forward now to the race, and I found out what was wrong with my wheel, we have another interview.
Have your take on it. Why do you think you weren't as quick as your teammate today?
I made a few mistakes and they were more consistent.
Your qualifying pace didn't put you at the front of the grid. Will this be a problem tomorrow?
Definitely, but what I can do apart from making the grid and trying to work my way through the pack.
Everything.
As you can see here, our team acclaim goes up. It doesn't go up by a lot, and our acclaim goes up, and so does Hubert.
It's finally time once again to begin what promises to be another thrilling season of Formula One action. Pre-season times, subject of so much discussion in recent weeks, mean nothing now, as the cars line up to battle it out for points once again. So let's get this season underway. Welcome to the Australian Grand Prix. We're a stone's throw from the enormous Port Phillip Bay for today's race at the 3.3-mile Albert Park circuit. It's a bumpy racing surface here, and the 16 corners could prove especially difficult in the wet conditions. Watch out for a safety car at some point during the Grand Prix. Can Mercedes start with victory in their bid to win a 7th consecutive Constructors' title? Could Ferrari or Red Bull establish an advantage early on? And with 22 cars on the grid, how quickly can the new team find their footing? Well, it's great to be back, Anthony Davidson. We've got a lot to talk about this year.
That's right, Crofty. It felt like a long winter, but it's good to finally be back. I have to think the usual suspects will battle it out at the front, but there are always going to be some teething problems early on in the season, so whoever can keep on top of their issues will have the advantage today.
As I mentioned earlier, we're up to 11 teams this season, with a new entry run by, well, of all things, an owner-driver. That's something we haven't seen in this sport since Hector Raback over 4 decades ago. So how are they looking so far?
Ever since their participation was announced, there were questions being asked about whether an outfit like this could survive, and certainly it's proving to be a trial by fire so far. Let's hope they can continue to draw an investment and find a little more pace as well.
Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's race. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and Valtteri Bottas will line up alongside. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Leclerc, Sebastian Vettel and Albon, Ricciardo, Norris, Sainz and Esteban Ocon, Stroll, Perez, Daniel Kvyat and Raikkonen, Magnussen, Grosjean, Antonio Giovinazzi and Pierre Gasly. They've taken a grid penalty, and Mercedes, Russell, Latifi and Antoine Hubert.
I don't know why they called me a Mercedes, but it's a bit of a weird name for a team that I haven't given a name to yet. As you can see here, we're just waiting on the grid to start the formation lap. I quickly check over the strategy. We're going wets according to the strategy. So we just start the race. We go ahead for the formation lap of the Australian Grand Prix, just waiting on the grid for the lights to go out and the other drivers to pull away from the grid. As you can see here, a very slippery surface. We struggle to pull off. End up going into one of the barriers.
Bringing the car up to temperature, please. Get some load into the tyres and work the brakes.
And then we come back and we just start going through all the warming of the tyres and going through all the gears, making sure that, as you can see, the steering wheel's just not quite turning enough in the wet. Coming to the back straight, just trying to catch back up to Pierre Gasly, who's just ahead of us on the grid.
Rain's easing off a bit, but the track is still going to be wet for a while.
As you can see, I'm really struggling to take these corners. On the straights and high speed corners I'm fine, it's just on the low speed corner. You can see here, they get on the curve a little bit. Don't lose the back end because we're only on the formation lap and I'm not pushing hard, but you can see how wide I'm having to go through certain corners. Bit too much curve there, as you can see. Again, very slippery conditions out there. As we come into the final corner, we end up clipping the back of Pierre Gasly as we're trying to make up to the grid. Wasn't expecting him to brake so hard for the corner. Line up on the grid. 5 red lights. There's lights out and away we go for the Australian Grand Prix. You see we get a bit of a fishtail start, but we managed to pull slightly ahead of Pierre Gasly. He's still there and he's gaining on us again. As we come into the first corner, we pull it over to the outside and we take the outside line, cutting off Pierre Gasly, making it up into P18. We come off of turn 2, we come flying down the straight. Trying the braking right for turn 3, and as you can see we're getting blocked off by Romain Grosjean. Nearly hit the back of Giovinazzi, tagged the side of Grosjean, and as you see now as we go a bit further on into the lap, we are catching up to the back of Giovinazzi. We have had a couple of hairy corners where I've made a couple of mistakes. Just trying to stay with the Sauber. As you see, I had to use a flashback because I spun out just at this corner at the end of the straight. The brake ended up hitting the back of Gasly and we lost a part of our front, in the back of Giovinazzi, and we have lost part of our front wing. I don't take this strategy that the team are offering me. Just carry on. I think I can cope with a little bit of broken front wing, and you see I go a little bit wide into that turn. And then off onto the grass, getting a bit wobbly. Then Gasly tries to have a look down the inside. I managed to block him off and managed to take the inside line through the turn.
Great first lap. Keep it up.
Keep pushing forward. Giovinazzi's got a 1.5 second gap to us. We're braking as much as we can through these corners. Trying to keep the car and get it straight as quickly as possible to get the power down. Going up through the gears. That's the first lap of the Australian Grand Prix. And now we've got forward to where the Haas of Grosjean was attacking us. I managed to block him off the same way I managed to block off Pierre Gasly a couple of laps before. But now it's just a matter of staying in front of him. We've lost time to Giovinazzi. We've built a 3.3 second gap. Grosjean's right on our tail with George Russell just behind him. As you can see, a bit squirmish out of the second to last corner as we come around the final corner. Being careful of when to bring it, take on the power. And straight down the pit straight. We managed to keep ahead of Romain Grosjean for the time being. To jump forward to lap 5. We are catching up to Giovinazzi. We've managed to get the gap down from 3 seconds to 1.5 seconds. We're trying to optimise every corner as best as we can. And pushing as hard as I possibly can. Heavy braking into that corner. getting the best traction off of that corner, better than all of the AI. We're starting to join this train of Fiat Giovinazzi, and I can't remember who was just ahead, but we were catching a train of 3 cars. Breaking into the corner. Just trying to keep up with Giovinazzi was proving to be quite a task. I am pushing the car as much as I can here. See, we've now got it down to 7/10 and it's still dropping. Very careful of when to pick up the power there, because I had a few track extends already. And where I got on the power just that little bit too early. As you can see, it's still within a second. Obviously no DRS because it's a wet race. Now we jump forward as we're right on the back of Giovinazzi. A few laps later we dropped back a bit for a couple of laps. Now we're coming back at him. I've turned off the wing repair for this section of the race because I don't need a new wing. I'm managing it quite well. Just trying to keep up with Giovinazzi is proving to be a very hard task at this moment in time. My tyres are starting to go off.
Is available on the MFD.
They offer me a new strategy here. I just keep my current strategy. So go on to lap 14. Still chasing down Giovinazzi. He's pulling away a bit now, but as you can see, a few people coming to the pits to promote us up the order into P14 as they're in the pits. We've just got to stay out for a little while longer on these tyres. But then I realised they're going on to the intermediates, so I changed my pit stop to this lap
teams are fitting intermediate tyres
and put the intermediates on.
Changing yours too?
We just change our MFD to say that we want inters and we box this lap. So let's see how the pit stop goes. I've got Albon chasing me down at a rate of knots.
Check your MFD for a new strategy option.
So they offered me a new strategy, but I decided to do it my way, as you can see here. Hit the box this lap, then go into the MFD and change it to inters, which I have just done now. Braking very heavily down into the corner. You can see I'm having to, because it's drying out the tyres, really don't have the grip as I get onto the grass again and drop a little bit further back from Giovinazzi. We're going to come into the pits as we come around the final corner. So let's see where we come out after we take our pit stop. Pull into the pits now. As you can see, everyone in front of us pits as well. Giovinazzi, Fiat. I can't see who's just ahead of him, but the 4 of us who are battling it out. I was trying to keep on the back of that. And as you can see, everyone's pitting now. And then we get held as we're about to exit. So Magnussen gets the jump on us.
Up to speed now. Let's get some heat into those tyres.
So we're just coming out the pits, full beams as we come out the pits. You can see we've got rust, Grosjean all over the back of us. And he's catching us at a rate of knots to break into turn 3 and just keep him behind me for the time being. As I'm all over the back of Magnussen still, but me and the 2 Hasses seem to not be able to get away from each other at the moment. in this race. Brake.
A new strategy is available.
Go a little
on the
bit
MFD.
wide, offering me a new strategy after I pitted, so I just ignored it. Just carried on. Braking really heavily down into this turn, make a little bit of a mistake, lose the back end. Okay, to keep the car going, but as you can see, Grosjean's going for the attack down the inside. I tried to squeeze him a little bit, but nothing doing there. As I brake into the corner, just have to stay behind him for the minute, knock over the bollard. I'm sticking behind Grosjean for the second. And coming up behind him with full ERS and full beams to go for a dive bomb down the inside. And I go really wide and Grosjean takes the position back, as I have to be careful coming back on the track as well, not to take him out. And Hubert pits.
Antoine is in the pits. Antoine in the pits.
And I had a little knock with Grosjean that I get a warning for. But now I have to stick behind the Haas for the time being. Still got my ERS on overtake, but as you can see, they tell me I've used too much ERS in that lap and I have to wait to the start finish line to get the ERS back. Turn off the overtake as I come off this corner. Give it full beam as I come off the corner. Don't press the overtake button. Try and catch up to the Grosjean, but he's a bit too far ahead at this moment in time. Catch him by about 2 to 3 tenths during that little straight, but still not enough for us to catch up and pass him. As we jump forward to lap 19. Come into the chicane, get a little bit on the curve, tag the wall, damage my front wing a little bit more and get a puncher. So what I decided to do is when I come into the pits, as you can see here, this is when I realised I'm not going to have enough fuel to finish the race as well.
This will be a major performance impact unless you box.
So what I do is I go into the pits and I change it for a set of soft compound tyres to try and nip me to the end of the race and take a bit of a gamble. As you can see, everyone overtaking me, trying not to hold up my teammate, but happy to take the corners.
Understood. Stopping this lap.
And I forget to get my wing changed as well. So I let Hubert pass, get a little bit of a tag on with him, and I get rear-ended by the car of Russell. And I come into the pits, thinking I'll get out ahead of Latifi. Because of the mistake on the corner going into the pits, I do not manage to get out before Latifi. As you can see, we've got another 10 laps to go and I've only got 4 laps of fuel. So when I realised we're not going to make the end of the race, I ran in standard for far too long.
Release, release.
You see, onto the soft compound tyres. Just trying something different.
Okay, stay clear of the white line on the exit. We'll receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross over into the track.
It's a little bit slippery out there on the soft compound tyres. As you can see, Latifi going for a move down the inside. I go a little bit wide into the corner and then I just lose power. I'm out of fuel.
Blue flag.
I'm completely out of fuel. So I coast around, try and get back to the pits.
We're not racing the car behind. Let them past when you can.
Having to
Okay,
move out of the way of
information on
everyone.
Magnussen, they are out of the race.
And then I realised that there's 2 cars that are about to be out of the race, Russell and Magnussen. So I decided to stay out with low fuel and do another lap of the Grand Prix. So I've decided to stay out because of the DNF for Stroll, and Magnussen. So we are to stay out, get a couple of extra positions.
The tank is empty.
Yes, I know the tank's empty, that's why I'm coming around at this slow speed. As you can see, as I pull round to get onto the next lap. We're with the overtake button pressed, but I can only get up to 70, 80 odd miles per hour. Can't push the car because I'm out of fuel.
Blue flag, blue flag.
Get over 100, just to hit to the end of the straight, I'd have to brake. And just taking it as slow as I can. As you can see, as we come around this
Blue
corner,
flag conditions. Create a gap and let the car behind through.
you see I've let everybody through. I could have been fighting them if I didn't have all the issues that I had in this race. As you can see here, we end up overtaking Magnussen and Stroll. So I take the car back to the pits now. I just can't even brake here either. I don't know why I did that.
Blue flag.
I'm not going to finish the race. I don't know why I went to do a flashback.
We're not racing the car behind. Let them past when you can.
I'm just letting all the cars past on this really long corner. As you can see, I've run out of ERS deployment for the lap. I'll take it out of overtake mode. I'm trying to put it in and out of overtake mode to try and get there. But as you can see, I'm having to move out the way for everyone. I get the DRS here, so I just start to speed up a little bit, but not a hell of a lot. As I make it around the second to last corner before the pit lane. This track is dry, everyone's on the soft, so I had the right idea. But I just used too much fuel at the start of the race, and as I crash into Leclerc because I'm pulling into the pits, and I pull into the pit lane to retire from the Australian Grand Prix.
I'm going to finish the race on this compound.
As you can see, Mercedes win the first race. Lewis Hamilton
What do you think it was that sealed the win for them?
wins the
I
race
think
for
that
them.
smart tyre management on track and very smooth driving definitely assisted in their victory today. That combination meant they got the absolute maximum out of their tyres at all times.
After an excellent performance at the Grand Prix, I'm sure there'll be plenty of celebrations tonight amongst the Mercedes team, and they certainly deserve it. So let's review the updated driver standings.
So as you can see, we didn't have a great race. Ended up having to retire due to running out of fuel, but we still came P20. And then we had Anton Hubert up in P15, not bad for his first race. He did a great job in the first race. I didn't do so well, but it was an insane race. Let's see how we do in the next one.
Another fantastic week.
So we got an interview with Claire now.
Have your take on it. How do you feel the weather affected the outcome today?
So it didn't dampen my spirits.
You lost to your teammate today. Was it just not your day?
They got every last bit out of that power unit.
It wasn't the cleanest race today, was it?
None of us wanted to back down, basically.
Appreciate your time.
Okay, so let's see how much that does to our acclaim. We go up a bit. We're not level 2 yet. Hubert isn't level 6 yet. The team acclaim goes up though to level 2. So we look. Oh my god, 35. We had 35,000, but the damages were a nightmare there. Well, hopefully in the next race we don't have as many damages or any damages for that matter. I am running on simulation damage, so yeah, not great to say the least. So as you can see, we've got another 120 resource points. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to... Oh god, wrong one. If we go over to our R&D, I want to see if I can upgrade anything else. No. I'll do any of these, or do I have to wait? No, I can't do that just yet, and I can't do any of these just yet because I haven't got simultaneous development on. Okay. Okay, so we've got a space for a secondary sponsor. So let's have a look through and see which one we're going to go for. It's this one. As a team, I'm going to go for that one. It's the, oh, actually, no, we've got this one here. What's this one? No, we're going to go for the Avanza, which basically is complete a total of 50 laps, me and my teammate during the weekend. So we're going to take that one. So there we go. So we get an extra 109,000 when we complete the goal, and we get weekly of 76,000. So now what we're going to do is see, is there anything else I need to do? No, there isn't. So anyway, guys, I'm going to end that one here. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please like and subscribe, and come find me over on Twitch, where you can watch me doing some live F1 at twitch.tv/ITSTEENWOLF. Link is in the description. Other than that, guys, I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.